In this video, we're going to demonstrate the great features that you can expect to see in the latest versions of Umbraco. All of the content you'll see is dummy content, and it's just there to give you an idea about how Umbraco works. So we have an example site here, and we're going to log into the back office to be able to edit this site. We do that by going to /Umbraco and then putting our user credentials in. On the left hand side we have what is called the content tree, and that is within this section called content. If we click on the home node, we will see this content editor. This gives us a preview of the page while we're editing it, so we can see roughly what it looks like on the front end, even from within the Umbraco back office. So we can click through and edit some text in here, and you can see that live updating there. We can choose images and replace them easily just by clicking on the image and then choosing another one, and now we have that part changed as well. So there are things like configuration on rows where we can change the colors of the background color and appearance and things like that to do with the row itself. So if we look on the front end now after making a change like that, we can see the dummy text that we put in there. We can see that the image has changed, and also that the background color changed as well. If we switch over to another page, the services page, we can have a look at this concept of blocks. So within the modern versions of Umbraco 10 and 11 and onwards, we have the block grid editor, and that allows us to create a content for our page using a page builder, which is a block grid builder. And so we can add blocks to our content like this. So if we wanted to, we could click on it and we could choose another card to add, and then within that we could put a headline, some content, an image, and we could build up our own card that would join the other cards on here. So this one is quite a large card, but we can readjust the size of these, and if we were to readjust the size of that one as well, they would all fall in line. So you've got flexibility with these. There's all different configurations that can be set up for you, and it makes for a great editing experience, especially to be able to see the live previews yourself. Let's have a look at editing an article page. So over here we've got a news section. If we click on these dots here, new news article, we can either choose a blank one, which it's not got anything filled out for us, or we could choose a example news article, which is the content template that we've stored. So by doing this and then doing save and publish, we've actually straight away created a news article. So this is handy if you've got certain row configurations that you want to always have, and you just want people that are writing the content on the site to just edit those and change the images. You can then go to the front end of the site and have a look at that page and how it looks. Within this news article, we have an interesting property editor here, which is to choose your author. There are lots of different ways that you can present the data to the user who is filling in the Umbraco back office page to edit the content. And so this is just an interesting way to have that instead of a drop down or other fields. In the media section, you can see folders of media items that you can add to this section. You can create different media types. The usual is going to be an image, but you can also have files, audio, etc. You can define what they are, or you can just drag and drop to upload your files in there as well. Within the media items, there is a cropping tool. So what you have here is a focal point, so we could focus in on this boat over here, and then if you notice to the right, these are our crops, and they all change apart from this one, which has had its crop slightly altered. But what you can do once you change that, you can zoom in as well on your crop. So even though it's the same image, when it's used in different crops, it looks like a different image. So it's quite useful to have one source image and then multiple outputs. In the folder, you can see images displayed in either a grid format, or you can switch to a list view as well if you want to see some more details and even see the name of the image in that list. You can do multiple select, same with content as well, you can do all of this. And you've got handy actions like quick move to another folder or quick delete and things like that. Next, we'd like to demonstrate some of the other great features from Umbraco, such as the users section. And this is one of the standard content management system features, and that is to have Umbraco editors. So the editors of this site that can change the output of the site. You can assign them to groups and various permissions and things like that. We've also got the notion of members, which is the front-end visitors to the site who can log in. So you can access those member accounts on here. We have a translation section which has got some dictionary items, and the dictionary can be used for things such as text that would normally be part of the template but you want to make editable, but you don't necessarily want it to be part of the content. You can put that on here. And so that's how you can edit that. And then on this lower down here, we can see that copyright ClerksWell's Limited. That's a copyright statement. And also in the title bar here, we've got ClerksWell's demo site. So those are edited there. This is also good if you've got a multilingual site. So these would be things that would normally be within a template of a site, but actually different between languages. There is an internal search as well. So if you wanted to search for particular content items, you can just start typing on that by clicking on that search, and then it will take you quickly to that, which is very handy if you've got a large site with a complex content tree. You can search for other things as well. Depending on your permissions, it will show you different things in the results, but you might want to search for items in the media section as well. There's a recycle bin for your content and media. So perhaps somebody editing the site accidentally deleted one of the pages. Well, it doesn't get deleted fully straight away. It does actually go into the recycle bin, and so it gives you a chance to right click on that and restore it back to its original position. So all isn't lost. And it's the same with media as well. With Umbraco, you also have a redirect URL management that comes baked into Umbraco, where if you were to rename a page, it would automatically create a redirect for the old name and redirect it to the new name so that the URLs don't get lost. You can also create your own manual redirects for perhaps a page that was unpublished that doesn't exist anymore. So you can create a redirect to go to that what was the old URL for a page that's no longer there, and then you can point it somewhere else. Or you can use it for things like campaigns. So perhaps if we've got this campaign page here and we want to have a short URL for that campaign, what we can do is we can go into the redirects section here. We can add a new redirect, do summer 23, change the destination to be that campaign page, and then click add. Now if we were to visit summer 23, it goes straight to that full URL. So this way you can send it out on emails or even do it on print, and with the short URL of /summer23, and it will route through to the correct page. In Umbraco, we can host more than one website within the same instance of Umbraco. So if I wanted to, I could do a second website here, save and publish that, and then we could map that to a different URL, and we now have content from this website managed in the same instance as content from the other website as well. That's if you want to do that. In this section, we want to show you some great add-ons that you can include in your Umbraco solution. So one of those is called Usync Complete. And what it gives us the ability to do is to create content on your staging server, such as this. So this is content from staging site, and then save and publish that. I've done that on my staging site, so source here is my staging site, and then I'm going to push that up to my production site. But before I do, I just want to show you that it doesn't exist on my production site. So this is our production site. It doesn't already exist there. So if we switch back here to news, and I've got this content item, what I want to do, I want to go into it. I'm going to click on the drop down over here, and publish to server. So this is going to publish this to the production site. Click on continue and then press continue again. First it does a report to say what it's going to do, and then you can choose whether you want it to or not. So now that was on the source website there. So if we go to the target and we refresh this, that content item is now over here and it's fully pushed over to that site. So that's quite a powerful tool for you to be able to synchronize content between servers. And you can also pull things like push and pull media. So if I wanted to, I could add an image in here, upload this image on my target site, and then I could go to my source website and I could just synchronize that folder. So I want to make sure that I've got all images. So if I have a look at this on the grid view, we can see that the image doesn't exist yet, but I could pull media from production, and it's worked out that I need to update now, and it will, if I refresh this, we will see that the media item is there. There it is. So it's now on the source site when I created that on the target site. Another great add-on for Umbraco is a package called Marketing Suite. This gives us lots of marketing capabilities such as personalization or A/B split testing. Personalization in Marketing Suite is done in one of two ways. One is via content scoring and the other is via specified campaigns. With content scoring, we can target a specific user based on their behaviors on the site, and then we can show them different content throughout the site. We can edit different variations of a page very easily in Umbraco using Marketing Suite's personalization. As an editor, you can witness the scoring taking place with the Marketing Suite overlay whilst you browse the site. Campaign-based variations of content can be triggered by reading additional information in the web address. This can be great for targeted ads coming straight through to the website. This also allows us to display pop-ups or banners throughout the rest of the site. One of the other great features about Marketing Suite is that it gives you the ability to do A/B testing through Umbraco. You create goals for your split tests. Perhaps you want to see an increase in the number of times your contact form has been submitted. There are 4 different types of split tests that you can create, but the one we want to focus on in this video is a single page test. Here you can see 3 variations of the same form: long, multi-page and short. This is the page where the form is picked, and what we want to do now is click on A/B testing, and we want to start a new test. In here we give the test a name and we assign it to a project. Here we are adding our variants and then clicking on edit and choosing an alternative form. So here I'm choosing the short form. Then we do save and preview, and we can see that this is what that variant will look like with the short form. Next, we go back to the setup of the A/B test and we choose a goal that we defined previously, and then we click through to go to the next step. Here we get to the overview screen where we can see all of our 3 different variants, and if we want to, we can click to preview each variant just to double check that we're happy with those. And when we are, we click on Start New Test. You can view any running tests in the A/B Testing tab in Umbraco. You can see a high-level overview of each test with things such as the type of test, the number of days left, how many variants are involved, and how many participants so far. You can click through to the scoring overview page to see more detail about how the variants are performing. On this page we can see how each variant is performing, including which one is winning, and perhaps if one has a warning to say that it might be detrimental to the site. The Marketing Suite algorithm will suggest how long you leave the test running for until it has enough data for the test to be statistically significant. You also have the ability to disable a variant, which means that it will no longer be distributed and the traffic will be shared out between the other 2 variants. When you click on it, it will ask you if you definitely want to disable that variant or not, and you can either confirm or cancel. We hope that you found this useful. If you would like more information, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at hello@clarkswell.com.